How much would you have in your 401k if you maxed it out every single year from now until retirement? I'm going to show you the numbers if you maxed out your portion of the 401k. I'm going to leave the employer match out of it because everyone's employer match is different. Maybe I'll do that in a future video, but this is just your portion, your contributions, which the maximum limit in 2026 is $24,500 per year. Unless you're 50 or older, it jumps up to $32,500. So the way that we're going to do this is we're going to plug in that you'd be contributing $24,500 every single year until age 50, at which point it would jump to $32,500 until retirement age. And we're going to do this using the retirement calculator that I built. It's available at the link in my bio, or just comment template down below and I will send you a link to it directly in your DMs. Okay, so before we get to the numbers, it's important to note that we are using a 10% rate of return minus 3% for inflation. That is just the numbers that we are going to use, and those are the assumptions that we'll be using the rest of the video. We're going to start at age 60, and we're just going to pretend you make $100,000 a year so that the math is easy, and we can plug in that you're contributing 32.5%, which would be $32,500 per year, which is the maximum contribution limit after age 50. You can see that if you did this for 5 straight years until age 65, you would end up with $193,000 in retirement, and this would only give you $7,700 of income using the 4% rule. Now, if you jump down to age 50, it now changes to $858,000 in retirement at $34,000 a year of income, and this is the very first year that you'd be able to start doing that $32,500 every single year, which you can see over here. It'll show you every single year that you're investing that amount, and you'd end up with $858. Now, jumping down to age 40, you have to make some adjustments because at this point you're only allowed to invest $24,500 per year, so this would be 24.5% if you're making $100,000 a year. But we can come over here and say that starting at age 50, you will start contributing the 32.5% to the 401k, and I will show you how that maths out over here. So now this is going to show you that every single year it will be $24,500, but as soon as you turn 50, your contribution limit will be $32,500. And based on these numbers, starting at age 40, maxing it out every single year, you would end up with $1.8 million by age 65, which would give you $74,000 a year of income. Going down to age 30, this would change to $3.8 million and $155,000 of income using the 4% rule. And then going all the way down to age 20, if you were to max out your 401k for 45 straight years, you would have $7.9 million in retirement, and this would give you $318,000 a year of income using the 4% rule. Again, just make sure you remember that we are using a 10% rate of return assumption minus 3% for inflation. And this is what it looks like on a year-by-year basis and the balance that you would have in that account every single year. Keep in mind that this is just your 401k. Obviously, there will be other avenues of investing like an HSA, Roth IRA, brokerage account, etc. But it's pretty crazy that if you did that starting at age 20, which would be hard for most people because your salary would have to be fairly high for you to be able to afford that. But $8 million is insane. If you guys want to use this retirement calculator that I just showed you, again, check the link in my bio or comment template down below and I will send you a link to it.